I recently returned from visiting my sick father. The voyage home was long and arduous, not only due to the emotional toll of losing my father, but because the voyage was made by sea. Since returning, I have rented this small apartment. It has 2 bedrooms, but one is out of bounds to me. The landlord says he is storing personal belongings in there. Only a day after moving in, a terrible sickness has come over me. My brow was hot, my temperature febrile. I was sweating my bed an ocean, and no matter how I tried to keep warm, I still froze. My bones ached, my mouth was dry, and my head was throbbing. My belly began to stage a mutiny. Any food I tried to force down was immediately rejected. I lay starving and in isolation, in too much pain to venture from my bed. Worse than the physical pain, I began to sink into a strange delirium. At first, these fever dreams were tolerable in their humorous absurdity. In fleeting moments, I believed myself to be somewhere else entirely, and just as soon woke with a shot of pain. I seemed to spend as much time asleep as awake. In one dream, I thought I was in a hospital, under the dutiful care of a transvestite nurse who looked like me. The dreams turned increasingly nightmarish. I dreamt I'd fallen from the side of the ship and drowned. The dreams only turned to true terror when I began to lose my grip even after waking. I seemed to dream that I was suddenly well and up and walking around the house. I even made myself some eggs. In this state, it felt as though days were passing. Somewhere in my days of fever, I became convinced there was someone in the apartment with me. My first indication was the sound of the front door. At first, I assumed that it must have been the neighbor's door, echoing through the hall, maybe even the door to the stairwell. Could they have been loud enough to sound like my own front door? I heard the door many times. The sound was too brief for me to focus on. Holding on to a sound is like holding on to steam. I thought I could hear footsteps. Later I found it to be the sound of the clock ticking. I thought I could hear a voice. Could it be the babbling from talking neighbors in the hall? Or the solitary ramblings of my uninvited lodger? As time passed, I became more convinced I was not alone. And what of the forbidden room? Who's to say there wasn't someone living in there? They could slip out whenever I was asleep or away. They could be leeching off my food, even taking my money. Being incapacitated as I am, why not go about their business now? Perhaps they think I can't hear them. I tried to build up the courage to call out to them. My voice, I could barely get it out. Was my landlord aware of the second inhabitant? I tried to cast my mind back. Did he give any clues? Why would he? Perhaps it's a relative he's doing a favor for. A nephew, maybe. Sure, you can stay on my property for free. Just stay hidden, kid. Perhaps he used poison to cast me into this wretched state. Just for a few days. Long enough for his nephew to get back on his feet. I was tortured with these thoughts for days. They plagued my every waking and sleeping moment. I had a dream. A repeating dream. I was well and rose from my bed. Walked across the apartment, over to the door to the forbidden room. I opened the door.